Broadcasting live from Studio 3 at Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College, you're watching Stallion TV.
Welcome to Stallion TV for Wednesday, April 3rd. I'm Eileen Bjork, Nova Scotia.
And I'm Blaine Mitchell. Thanks for joining us here at Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College.
Holi is an Indian celebration that has traditional foods such as dal and sabji, rice and potatoes. In celebration of this, over 200 people gathered at the Sri Hindu Temple in Tifton. In Indian culture, women usually cook the meals. It takes 3 hours to cook the dal and sabji, all seasoned with a lot of spices. Outside, people throw colored powders at each other for fun and smear them on their faces. This gathering is a joyful time in the Indian culture because it represents the good, evil, and love between their gods.
Earlier this month, the Gressa Gym was filled with over 200 people during the Beast Feast, which is an event that the Wildlife Club puts together. Dishes such as deer backstraps, beaver stew, pork, duck, gator chili, and even grasshoppers were featured at the event. Stallion TV's Jalen Edmondson reports.
Our first year, they had beaver sliders.
Man, I can't tell you how many of those things I ate.
Multiple people donating meat to help the Wildlife Club make the Beast Feast possible. Some people decided to donate gifts for the raffle, but some had their first experiences at the Beast Feast as well. Tifton resident Dewan Ortez tried beaver stew.
I was wondering how it tasted like. I never ate beaver before, so it blew my expectations. It is really good. I eat pork, I have ate beef and even deer, but no beaver.
In America, there's a culture around eating wild foods. Kip Hall, who's been around ABAC for nearly 30 years, shared his experience about the culture of the Beast Feast.
I think folks who came from a rural community, who grew up in that environment of you went hunting and fishing and those kind of consumptive sports for recreation as well, they learned, I think, at a very young age that, you don't have to get all your food from the grocery, that you can harvest game and fish and so forth.
Beast Feast is for the Wildlife Club to raise money, but it is also a way to expose people to different parts of the Southern culture, which includes hunting. For Stallion TV, I'm Jalen Edmondson.
The Wildlife Club looks to go on their first road trip from the earnings they received from the Beast Feast.
This week is homecoming week. Thus, most of the clubs at ABAC are campaigning to place one or both of their members in the 2 royalty spots available. For those that haven't voted yet, Tuesday came in handy for making the final decision. Homecoming campaigning was held all the way down the ABAC walkway, from the fountain to the meadows from 11 to 2 yesterday. Some of the most popular clubs like the Student Government Association, GSA, and Alpha Sigma Alpha attended with their own representatives. While most of the clubs had snacks galore, other clubs had small activities, like Alpha Gamma Rho allowing you to pie someone, and GSA offering a small Smash Ultimate game or a message of encouragement. What's notable about this year's homecoming is that to promote inclusiveness, the king and queen positions have been now replaced with just royalty spots. This means that anyone of any gender can take a spot, so everybody's fair game. If you went to the campaigning line, you should now be able to finalize a decision. Getting to know who you want to represent ABAC at this year's homecoming is important, so vote wisely.
I wonder what the weather's like this week because it's been pretty unpredictable. Let's let our weatherman, Anthony Lamar, tell us more about it so we know further ahead.
This week is pretty chilly, starting on Wednesday with the highs of 72 and a low of 47. On Thursday, there will be a high of 67 and a low of 44. On Friday, we're going to be having 67 with a low of 43. And Wednesday starts the weekend with 66 and a low of 43. On Sunday, we have a high of 73, and I'm hoping that spring can fight it back, but we have a low of 51. That'll be the forecast, and I need you guys to bundle up because it's going to be getting chilly. Let's get back to you, Blaine.
Thank you, Anthony. Now that I know what's ahead, I'll definitely keep my jacket on standby.
This year's issue of the literary magazine Pegasus will be here sooner than we know it. For more information, here's Stallion TV's Hunter Holton.
The publishing process class is getting the layout ready for this year's issue of Pegasus. Included in the issue will be submissions from ABEC faculty and students like short stories, poems, photography, and artwork.
So we're making a lot of progress. We actually just finished all of the sending out acceptances, and now we're getting on to doing the copy editing so that we can get the structure and everything put in for design.
Having your work accepted in the issue serves as a platform to display your best works.
Yeah, it feels great getting your work submitted and accepted to Pegasus. It's a good accomplishment.
Dr. Rachel Price explains why the process of putting the issue together can be a lengthy one.
Right now we're really working on layout, putting the whole thing together. So it's a lot we have to pull in. And then we're getting everything together to send to the printer. We've got a really good issue. We've had over 120 submissions, which is the most we've had in a really long time. So I think this issue will be a really good one.
As the class finishes things up here for this year's issue, you can expect the launch party to be held on Tuesday, April 23rd at the Agorama's Peanut Museum. For Stallion TV, I'm Hunter Holton.
I know I will make sure to pick up my copy when they're finished.
ABEC has a new addition to its expanding campus. The Agricultural Technology Building is now open for classes and labs.
The Ag Technology Building is set up like a shop where students can learn as if they were in a workplace. The classes help focus on technology, water and soil management, agronomy, and electrical systems. Jesse Gerals speaks about his experience transitioning from one workplace to the other.
It gives all our ag tech people a solid place to work and really hone their craft for when they get out into the world, because it's very much a hands-on profession with ag technologies versus like you can think about it learning in a classroom and then, pretty much go out and apply it in other fields. Being in a regular classroom, you can't really use the ag leader technology as well as you can in here. I mean, we have real big open tables in here that you can set up a little rig and work with your ag leader computers. And then you can, walk out into the shop and see that stuff absolutely just applied in person versus just seeing pictures of it and then having to go to lab about 6 hours later.
A new addition to the building adds a place for agricultural students to come and learn and get hands-on learning for their respective field in the workplace. I am Anthony Lamar, and this is Stallion TV.
Soft opening, but we'll be holding more classes in the fall semester.
So have you submitted to Pegasus this year?
No, I was thinking about it, but I don't have any works I'm proud of yet for that.
What about you, Anthony?
I didn't submit anything this semester.
Well, I submitted 15 pieces and 7 of them were accepted. So, when you get the chance and you're proud of your work, you should definitely submit whatever you have.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
100%.
Thank you for watching Stallion TV. I'm Eileen Buick, Nova Scotia.
I'm Blaine Mitchell.
And I'm Anthony Lamar. We'll be getting back to you Wednesday, April 10th, with more news from Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College.